think there's probably 2 or 3 qualities that come out. One of them is the love of education. They really not only loved the education process for themselves, they wanted to learn. And they believe that our young people can learn, and so they want to provide those kinds of opportunities as well. But I think there's a certain kind of determination that characterizes each of these individuals about moving forward, about doing an excellent job, and about being able to serve the public good. We have 11 essays written by presidents. We have a good number from community colleges. Latinos are concentrated as students in community colleges, although that's beginning to change a little bit. There is presidents from a variety of 4-year institutions. And we also have an essay by the person whom I believe is the highest ranking Latino administrator in the country, and that's the Chancellor of the University of Texas system. We have individuals who were farm workers, who had difficulty, maintaining a consistent educational experience in the early years in elementary school, in middle school, and so forth, and overcoming, I think, the negative expectations and advice given by school representatives, whether they be school counselors or teachers, telling them that they're never going to be college material. Hearing this from a president, that they too experienced that, but that they did not let these kinds of barriers shape or determine their lives, I think is a critical lesson for everyone out there to learn. I think they give a lot of advice. There's advising someone to be a senior administrator or to be a leader in higher education has many dimensions. But they talk about the willingness to step up, that everyone really does have the potential not only to graduate from college, but to be a leader in higher education and in other institutions in our society. But they do speak to certain kinds of qualities, being a good listener, be willing to listen, be willing to hear the different points of view surrounding a particular issue or particular problem, and learning how to navigate the mission of the unit or the institution in terms of that particular setting or that context and so forth. But there's a lot of different pieces of advice that they provide, but ultimately what they say is to really encourage young faculty members and faculty members today who are interested in moving forward in this arena to go ahead and pursue it. That's the most important piece. I think that people who are interested in leadership positions ought to take a look at this book because, as we know, leadership qualities are not specific to a particular industry or a particular setting. They are qualities that we seek in leaders across our institutions, and hearing it or reading it from the point of view of our presidents, from the leaders of our institutions of higher education, I think has a greater impact on us when we read them. Because it's their stories and they're telling us how they navigated both the easy aspects of their careers and also the difficult and challenging times in their lives. They have to navigate, the women in particular have to navigate domestic demands as well as professional demands, and they speak about these openly and candidly, and they, as Latinas, they speak about how the challenge of becoming a professional in a society different from the background of their parents, where the role of women, I think, is a little bit more restrictive, and being able to navigate those waters and the tensions with the parents and so forth about that. All of those are illuminating stories that young people today continue to experience, and they will learn a great deal from the presidents who are willing to share their lives with us.